What's up, guys? I'm Stevie James with APTV at the APTV studio in Cleveland, Ohio, and I'm hanging out with Adam and Mike from Killswitch Engage. How you guys doing today?
Hi, Stevie.
Very good.
We're cool.
Well rested.
I don't know about that.
One of us is well rested, so that's good. Good for you, Mike. All right, so I'm actually really excited because I've been a fan of you guys since, I think, the very beginning. I was jamming out to Rusted Embrace and Irreversible in my bedroom when I was still in high school. My mom hates you guys, for the record.
Yeah, screw you, Mom! Just kidding.
But it's been really cool to watch how far you guys have come. Your most recent album, Incarnate, debuted number 6 on the Billboard Top Charts. You have over 1 million monthly listeners on Spotify. You're headlining tours, playing big festivals, the whole thing. But I want to go back in time to around 99, 2000, when everything really, the ball really started to roll. You just got Roadrunner's attention. What were the first few tours like for you guys as a band? Was it rough? Was it awesome? What was going on?
Pretty silly, huh?
Well, the very first ever U.S. tour, Jesse quit at the end, so that'll tell you how.
That's how good things were going. I'm out of here. Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah, I remember waking up in the back of the van with just bottles of urine everywhere, and oh, that's cute. Yeah, that's where we were. Yeah.
Awesome.
Not much has changed. Jesse still wants to quit, and he'll hide bottles of urine.
Yeah. Good. Some things never change. That's excellent.
Under your pillow.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez.
Okay, so with that being said, during those times with all the urine bottles and Jesse quitting, could you have imagined it coming to this level? Was there a point where you guys wanted to quit too? Did you have faith from the beginning up to this point? Where were your heads at?
Not me. I was literally just be like, man, we'll give this a shot. See what the hell happens, worst case scenario, say we tried,
Right.
just,
We all kind of agreed we'd try it for a year, and even if we were going to live out of boxes at the end or whatever, just try it. Quit the jobs, try it as a main thing, and
put all of our attention into it.
Seemed to keep going. And
So
going
all or
and
nothing, kind of.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So since then, you've done a endless amount of touring. You've been all over the world, all over the U.S., North America, Europe, you name it. You've been there. How have you guys changed as people from going through all those experiences, from being in all these different places? Where are you now compared to where you were 10, maybe even 15 years ago as a result from all that traveling?
Fatter and drunker.
Older.
Yeah,
A lot
of course.
older.
Yep.
A lot more gray.
Yeah, one of my balls hurts.
Well, at least just one of them.
Yeah, just one.
Okay,
The other
cool.
one's kicking.
Good.
Yeah, I think if anything, it's just like any other situation in life. The more you do something, the more you grow, and I feel like we've grown up a lot. We've seen a lot of cool stuff and been a part of a lot of cool things, and I think now I definitely have a feeling of just gratitude for the fact that I've been able to do what we've been able to do for so long. That's pretty damn cool. It's pretty neat, man. It's just insane. I would have never imagined, like we were saying, would never imagine 16 years ago that we'd be where we are today.
You never think a band's going to last a year, let alone 16, 17 years later. So it's pretty amazing. And we're very respectful for where we're at. It is, we've been to Japan quite a few times, and by like the 9th time, you're like, oh no, it's Japan again. But now that we have Jesse back in the band, he really sees things brand new, and we can see through his eyes, which is kind of awesome. So it makes all these places we've been to a bunch that much cooler.
That is really awesome. Refreshes it. It's kind of like being a new band.
Put a little bit of fire under the old men's asses. Yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
If you could go back in time and talk to yourselves back in 99, 2000, what would you say? Would you give any advice? Would you tell yourself to do something differently? What would you say?
Hell, I don't know, man. I think we've done things all right. It's slow and steady. I think that's the thing for any band. Just don't try to force yourself into a situation, or don't really pretend to be somebody else who you aren't. Just stay the course and just try to make music you believe in, and just that's it. I think it's
sounds so simple.
It is, man. Life is so easy. I'm telling you, it's just the way you look.
Take your word for it.
And we've also we built up this opportunity for ourselves. We'd be stupid not to ride the wave till it crashes.
Absolutely. Speaking of waves crashing, Jesse left the band. and Howard came in. You guys had a nice run with him, and then Howard ended up leaving the band again, and he left during when you guys started writing Disarm the Descent, and then Jesse came in. Now with Incarnate, Jesse was already in the band, and you guys were established as together. What was the writing process like comparing to doing Disarm the Descent and imagining, you're writing your riffs, you're imagining Howard's voice over it, he ends up leaving, Jesse comes in, opposed to doing Incarnate with him in the band the whole time? How is that different from a writing perspective?
I love that question because nothing changed at all. Zero. We've always been that band that just, writes the material and then we, give it to the singer and then they do their thing with it. Yeah. So it's singer always comes last in the equation for us.
I never imagine anyone singing over this stuff, and sometimes I'm even bummed when they put lyrics on. But
what is that supposed to mean?
As far as Jesse goes, though, it was very cohesive for him to be in the mix with us, listening to the stuff from the beginning, rather than Disarm the Descent, where everything was done and he just kind of stepped in and put his vocals on top of it. This one he had a say, and I think the record feels more cohesive because of that.
I agree. Definitely an awesome record.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're a producer, Adam. You produce a lot of bands. You've done a lot of awesome bands like All That Remains, Unearth, your own band even. The list goes on and on. You also worked with a band called Under Oath, who we had in just yesterday, and they told us a pretty interesting story of an incident that you had while working on an album with them. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you care to comment on that?
Sure. Is it about the like loading my pants with feces?
That might be it.
Yeah. You know what, man? When you drink a lot of beer, it happens, and you can't tell me it hasn't happened to you. Come on, man.
Okay, maybe not recently, but I'm not going to sit here and act like it hasn't happened
so
ever.
I'm not going to pretend it doesn't happen. It's happened to me on stage. It happens, man.
On stage? When did
sure
this happen?
Sure did. We were playing Kansas City. What's the big radio fest we do there? This is the Rock Fest in Kansas City. Yeah, and luckily, it was like the most epic show of all time. We flew in. How much time do we have? My God, it's such a cool story. So we flew into this show. It was just a fly-in, and we got, for some reason, they gave us our full rider, which has food on it in case the crew wants to make sandwiches, deli meats, and whatnot.
Sure.
So they gave us a big stack of deli meat, and we're like, well, we're only here for one day. We don't need all this food. So I take the deli meat to the stage. Oh, this is after Ron Jeremy comes into our dressing room.
Stumbling in.
Looks around.
Credentials. In our dressing room.
Wrong room, bro. So anyways, that was that.
Okay.
So go to
It's off to a
stage,
good
start playing the set, and we have this thing in Kansas City where girls just take their shirts off. It's just, we don't know why.
What a problem.
I know.
Man.
So I decided to play meat toss with girls' boobies.
Okay.
Yeah, and so just holding up the entire show, just trying to throw deli meat on girls' boobs.
America's favorite pastime.
And it was awesome. Nailed it, right? Just smack right on top of a boobie. So then, just set the stage for the vibe of the show. It's all party.
Yes.
And then 2 songs to the end, I just do a little jump or whatever and just load my shorts. And had to play the last 2 songs just stationary, just don't run down my leg. Don't run down my leg.
But you closed it out though.
Oh yeah, man.
Held
Held
through.
together. Yeah.
That's excellent.
So what a day. It was the best day of my life.
Prime example of gambling and losing.
Yep.
Oh,
so
man.
whatever. I was in the middle of tracking, I think, some guitar tracks on the Under Oath, one of the Under Oath.
I think it was Define the Great Line.
I think it was.
I remember.
Yeah, I think it was. And literally, I think I just told Timmy, I'm like, hey man, you need a 5-minute break. I'll be right back. I just shit my pants. That was it.
Casual cooling out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Facts of life, man. You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you got the facts of life.
Does that sound
Wise
appear
words.
on the record?
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent.
I just talked way too much.
No, I thought it was great. That was good.
Back.
So you guys have been in the metal scene for 15, just over 15 years now. You being a producer, you do album artwork and artwork for bands. So I feel like you guys really have your nose in the metal scene and have for a long time. So I want to get your opinion on how do you feel the current state of metal is, be it with old bands that are still rocking, the next generation of bands. Where do you think the current state of metal is collectively?
There's definitely an ebb and a flow to all that stuff. I'm not sure if it's on the downward slope or not. I mean, with all the record sales stuff not being as good. We still have a lot of people come to our shows, and they seem to have a lot of fun. So if that's any indication.
Yeah. I just listen to like really grindy stuff, so I don't really listen to a lot of like metalcore or like our genre. But yeah, like he's saying, like, album sales are a funny thing nowadays. Watching, all the bands kind of just start. Everybody's just using Spotify and all that stuff. So
Yep.
But there are so many good bands, good young bands out there still, and like you have to search for them, but they're out there, So
Anyone you want to name drop?
How's new is new?
As new as you want it to be. What bands are you guys listening to right now in the proverbial metal scene?
I'm discovering older stuff.
There's this new band called Metallica.
Yeah, right.
Nice. I'll have to look them up.
It's weird. I'm in a weird place. I'm like listening to a lot of like gore guts and like the new Cattle Decap's really good.
Okay.
Like,
Yep.
Fast and dirty and
Angry the whole time.
Yeah.
Agree with you there.
Yeah, and I always loved Decapitated. They're one of my favorites.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
classic.
Yep.
Okay, so you're still stuck in the
Even
older.
even their
band.
last record's pretty cool though.
Mhm.
They just released a record about a year ago or something like that.
Yeah, I think a lot of the older bands are coming out with these excellent records and giving like the younger bands like still setting the standard of like what it needs to be. Like you guys are a great example of that. You guys are on tour right now with Memphis Mayfire and 36 Crazy Fists. Speaking of like an older band, still bringing the ruckus.
They're older than us.
Yeah.
Man, Mick's like pushing 50. Holy crap, man!
And they're still killing it.
I'm
It's
gonna
excellent.
be dead when I'm 50.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Right on.
Fair enough.
Right on.
We did our first European tour with those guys way back in 2002, I believe it was, and we've been friends with them ever since. So we always take them out whenever we can do it.
That's excellent.
Good dudes.
Excellent. And then I think there's also a band Tooth Grinder on the tour as well. They're a good young band, I think. I think they're on the come up. They definitely shred.
They don't sound like every other band out there too,
Which is nice.
They have
Absolutely.
personality to them, so it's really cool to see. Yeah.
Absolutely. So you guys just released your album Incarnate in March, so everyone go buy that. What's next for you guys? I know you're going to Europe for a slew of headlining gigs. What's next besides that? Just pushing the album?
Europe's actually a bunch of festivals.
Okay.
Yeah, tons of festivals.
All right, cool. Well, that wraps it up. Their new album Incarnate is out now. Pick that up. And thanks for coming into APTV. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us, man.
Absolutely.